Sometimes you just gotta reflect, man. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and think back. To when life in the city used to be beautiful. Sometimes you just gotta close your eyes, take a deep breath, and remember what it was like when you was a youth. I'm just saying, man, reflection. Sometimes we gotta take ourselves back to that age, right before we start crashing out, stealing candy bars from the candy store. Sometimes you just gotta reflect back on these eras, man, because this is the elements that are missing in our children today. Sometimes you just gotta reflect. And I'm reflecting. And as I reflect, I'm steady losing. I'm losing while I'm reflecting. Back on things once was and never to be again. I'm reflecting on what it should be. I'm reflecting on what it must be. I'm sitting here and I'm reflecting. See, I'm not an angry man. I just speak so the world can hear. And right now I'm still reflecting. Let's make it make sense. We running a blueprint that somebody else forced into our way of life. I'm just reflecting though. And as I reflect, I take it back to when our ancestors were strong and mighty. I reflect. I'm reflecting on that warrior blood that pumps through my veins. I'm reflecting. And I'm only reflecting because I believe the world needs to hear me reflect. See, things of the past tell the stories of what is yet to come. You just gotta be still enough to reflect and remember the pains, the struggles, the lives lost in the midst of us reflecting to get to where we at. There was a lot of ancestral blood shed for us to act our ass in the street, run drills in the street. A lot of blood was shed for that, just so we can have the freedom to give our freedom away. I'm just reflecting though. You gotta pay close attention when I speak, because when I speak, some of the things don't even make sense when I say what I say, but I know what I mean. But I'm still reflecting. I'm reflecting on the fact that change starts with oneself. And when you change oneself, you can begin to help others see things the righteous way for their point of view. Never inflict your way of life upon another person, because that person may not accept your way of life because they have a way of life of their own. Let them live their life the best way they have. See, when you read Let me rephrase that. When you force something upon an individual, it causes conflict. And when you have conflict in a unified state, the unity becomes null and void because somebody just infringed upon my freedom to be me. So, with that being said, I accept all for who they may be, as long as you're not the devil trying to disguise yourself in the midst of the people, B. Understand that. We rise above. We put the knowledge where it needs to be. Not because we want to do it. It's because it's the right thing to do. See, when you have real knowledge ruling the minds of the real woke, no homo. Because a woke man can never be rocked to sleep. Never again. When you got a woke individual, that means that he's in the know, not in the high, none of that. No homo, no disrespect to no one. I'm speaking truth to power. I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting back when it was not cool to wear your pants below your ass, sagging and shit. We used to call that faggot. No homo. And no disrespect to no one. I'm just stating the facts. See, when I see dudes sagging, I get to laughing, man, because I know penitentiary rules is in effect and they don't even know it, though. They setting themselves up for the lowdown and the get down when they get there. Because you out here crashing out for why? Only you know. Is it to impress the guys that you roll with? Hey, so be it, you know. I've been there before. But one thing you can know and understand, I never was a crash dummy. I always been a righteous thinking man. And a righteous thinking man would never let another man think for him. I'm just reflecting, though. Listen when I say this. Kill that Willie Lynch syndrome that's running rampant through your community. Know all that you can while you can about everything, not just one particular thing. Stop letting these false preachers, false leaders mislead and misteach what is supposed to be righteously yours. Get off your ass. Go find that in which you know you own, which is the knowledge. Put it in you. And when you put the knowledge in you, who can stop you? Knowledge is the thing that makes the world tick. Money don't. It take knowledge to make money. No one understand that. It take knowledge to plant a seed in the ground. Know that. Knowledge is that infinity sign that is never ending. Never ending. Anybody that you meet that says they know everything, tell them they know not. Nothing at all. Because he knows not oneself. If you knew self, you would know that self is a ever learning entity. You got to learn self, because self changes every millisecond of the day. It's always a new part of self that you don't know about, that you got to learn. And with that being said, rise above, be greater than great. Put the knowledge in the youth, man. Help our youth come up off this goofy ish, man. Put them in the knowledge. Put them in the know. And watch them shine and grow. Yaga, Psycho the Don said that.